You are good to go.
Well, great. And again, as I said, just very exciting to be here with all of you, and especially on a weekly basis. It sure gives me a good feeling. Maybe we've been kind of in for a long time, and how lucky we are that we have this way to communicate, to see each other, to see the feelings and the happiness and the joy that go along with what we do. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, my name is Cheryl Cortese. I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company, and I've been with them actually 32 and a half years. And that's still a shock to me because my background was education, and I just saw myself as a teacher my whole life. And I think maybe that did happen. This is kind of a teaching profession as well, because we share ideas and information and inspiration with others, and invite them to share it with others that they know. So it really is, I feel like a teaching, caring profession, and feel very fortunate to be part of it. But at any rate, for those of you who have been with us here over the weeks and months, our goal has been to not only bring the stories, which I just love. I mean, I love this call so much because it's new, in a sense, new stories every time. You get to hear from so many different people ongoing. And I have to agree with Sharita when she says, kids don't act like they're interested, and then they kind of start on the Juice Plus and they fall in love. That's what happened to mine. It's like at first, oh, mom doesn't know anything, and then all of a sudden mom knows. But we also on this call really want to concentrate on how we can access our business model at the highest level, how we can really not only create that supplemental additional income, but if we choose to continue to do that, grow it, and it become real financial security. And one of the things I've always loved too about this company is they're extremely generous. And it's always been a partnership in which the field and the corporate office work to keep a really good balance as far as what motivates and inspires, what is needed in the field to have the very best results. We all know we're in a very high demand market right now, as people are really probably more focused on their health than they've ever been before, and really awake to the realization that health is something that you can have a measure of control on. But also we're in a market that is really liking the idea and feeling safe with the idea that if something is good for you and it can have a business associated with it that can give you more or less a backup plan, that becomes very appealing as well. So we have two things, both of those things, which really meet those needs at the highest level. And as you know, there've been alterations, and very good ones, in our compensation plan over the past few months. We have seen our company, and in conjunction with the people in the field, worked at, getting the best possible, I guess you would say, plan for everybody involved. And I think one of the things we all love is that the pay plan is now pays out on 100%, and it's much more simple in explaining to others. But maybe it's because they realize that we've said this as well, we really wanted to have more for people, especially in those first 4 positions, and to set this up to where people really moved with consistency and ease, as well as joy and fun, into those top positions. So what I'm going to do is give you kind of the new things that you might say that our compensation plan is a little more relaxed, and there's more income in it in those first positions as people start to grow up. And it also supports what I've always believed and known in my own business, is that if you can grow your team wide, that's with a lot of new team members, and consistently adding, and do that quickly, that not only creates an energy, which is very powerful for your business, but now it's going to pay you more. So what I'm going to do is hopefully go to screen share and see if my ability to show you the screen is there. And here we go. We'll see how this goes. And so we're going to go back, and what I'm going to ask you to do is take a few notes as we go, because we learned of all these new, I guess you would say, enhancements or gifts on Tuesday. Today is Thursday. So I've not had time really to, put them all on the PowerPoint here, or this is really our website, from our website. So you can make some notes, and you'll have those notes, and then I'll tell you where to go find everything on your virtual office. So we know that a person they start on application with our company. They have a contract, basically at $52 a year. They're going to be in business for themselves with unlimited possibilities for $1 a week. So that probably is something that's not only wonderful for us, but has been, very foundational in helping people start. In talking about the plan, I always use the tri-pack. And the reason for that is it's about 85% of our sales. Today, we see more and more people adding the omegas to this. So that has become a very popular product as well as our others that are in our line. But just using this as an example, because it's foundational, but it's also something that we see most frequently. So as we know, that basic $300 for a 4-month supply of fruit, vegetable, and berry, and the customer pays $75 a month. And that's that covers everything. That's very inclusive of all shipping charges, any charges that go along with it. That's what shows up on the credit card. Now, the sales profit immediately when a person signs that contract to become a partner with our company, you have 10% sales profit always. So $30 would be the amount on this particular sale. But now let's look at the positions and the way we're paid and what the changes are that you're going to be so excited about if you haven't heard them yet. You might have already heard them. So the first position, of course, is partner. When you sign your contract, you're automatically a partner with the company. You now, it's all privileges. There are no requirements to go along with it, but you do have the privilege of getting your product at a discount. And so usually as people start, if they've not been on the product before, they become their own first customer. And this is great, I think. And so you also have the privilege of acquiring customers where you make the commissions in retail profit. And then, of course, developing team as you grow. So you will receive that commissions there as well. And I hope this is not freezing on us because I keep getting something that says internet unstable. But we're going to go through the first 4 positions. And remember, our goal is to grow through those positions as quickly as possible, reaching that top commission position of sales coordinator as soon as possible. But also, we have been talking a lot about the comma club, which means that it's getting yourself in position to where your consistent income, aside from title bonuses, is at least $1,000 a month. And from there, grow to wherever you choose. The number before the comma can be anything you want it to be. So with that in mind, let's look at these 4 positions and talk about the changes there and make notes around them for yourself. So the partner, of course, the goal is to grow up through the 4 positions and do it as quickly as possible because you want to be paid at the highest level. We all have the same job, if you want to call it a job. I've never felt like it was a job. I feel like it's a joy. But if you're looking at the activity, our paying activities are very simple. They're always the same, and they're a joy because it's really telling the story. Wasn't it wonderful to hear those stories that we just heard? So really that is our business. It's telling the story and having people identify with the things that they would like to be part of. And everybody wants to be healthy and everybody wants to be secure. So it's giving people options through the story. But now you want to grow to Partner Plus quickly. So here at Partner Plus, you immediately have a 5% increase in the profit. And this is referred to as a commission return. And so the Partner Plus If he were to market the tri-pack, he's now going to make $45. And so that's that 5% increase on to $300. So what does it take to get there? To get there, remember, it's about 4 orders if you're looking at the tri-pack, and you want $1,000 in accumulated volume. So, and you want this, and this is important. If you look at, how do you put that together? You put that together with your own order if you're just starting, or with, at least 3 to 4 orders, depending on what's being ordered. And it can happen right in your own household, but it needs to be your order and at least 2 other customers, or 2 customers who order the equivalent of 1,000, or, any combination of customers, but at least 2. Now that can happen in your own household, and it can all go on one credit card if you choose. And I'm not saying that that is the perfect way to do it. It is an option that we didn't have in the past. And so $1,000 in accumulated orders, about 4 orders, almost 4 orders using the tri-pack would equal this, but you want it to be your order and at least 2 other customers. 2 customers need to be in that 1,000. Now, let's talk just a little bit about bonuses here, because there's going to be a bonus when someone reaches the $1,000 mark or the Partner Plus. And I think everybody's pretty well aware, and this is where you'd want to make notes, is they're pretty well aware that the bonus that goes for that Partner Plus position was $50. And that $50 felt good because a new person could do it relatively quickly. Remember, again, it's just your own order, at least 2 customers, and equaling 1,000. So the $50 really people more or less looked at as, it paid for their application, if nothing else. The new perk, I guess you would call it, is that if a person reaches Partner Plus in 10 days from the time of their first order, so they could sign their application and the order may sometimes be placed a couple of days later, something of that nature. But from the date of that first order, if they do it in a 10-day period, then they have a $100 bonus. So it would make sense to move faster there than slower. So a $100 bonus. So you want to make notes on that. The new distinction is $50. Now that $50 still comes if the person does it within his first 30-day period. But if he does it in the first 10 days from his first order, he makes a $100 bonus. So this is always great because that goes along with your commissions. And the bonuses are really to give people that infusion of income as they put their businesses together, so that it carries them with good income until they get to the higher positions where the income really stabilizes. So of course our goal, as I said, is to grow through those 4 positions. So let's look at the next position. That's a qualifying sales coordinator. Most people are calling it a QSC by this time. You have another permanent increase. It's now 10%. And so you're going to get your $30 sales profit if you're looking at the basic tri-pack. And another 10% would be another $30. So the qualifying sales coordinator marketing that tri-pack as the example would receive $60. Now, what does it take to get to qualifying sales coordinator? 4,000 in orders. That would really be 14 tri-pack orders, using that as an example. It's not the number of orders, it is the volume amount of 4,000. So here it could be any combination of orders as well. Now there are 2 things to point out that you always want to use in sharing this with other people, is that all positions are permanent. This is very important because you can't fall back in any way. You don't have to re-qualify. Many companies make their distributor base qualify every year, which means you would have to start over. That never happens here. So once you're in position, it's permanent. The other thing that really makes it very positive and feel good for our partners and team members is that all orders are cumulative. So if you reach Partner Plus, you had to have 1,000 at least in your volume amount. And that adds to whatever else happens to go into qualifying. So really it's not 4,000 at this point. If you're a Partner Plus, it's another 3,000. So here we're going to make notes again. At this point, qualifying sales coordinator, there's a matching bonus. The bonus is for the new qualifying sales coordinator and for their sponsor. So they have matching bonuses. If it's done in a 60-day period, we're well aware, you get a $300 bonus. So in that first 60 days, if you complete these 14 orders and you've accumulated this and you have at least one team member, you're going to have a $300 bonus. Now, the added perk here would be if you complete this in 1 month's time or 30 days from the time of your first order, then you're going to have a $400 bonus, and so will your sponsor. And so if you're the one sponsoring, sponsor as many people as possible, move them to that QSC position, help them grow within that first month, and both of you collect $400. At this point, with your commissions and your retail profit, you're earning somewhere between $600 to $700, closer to $700 in that first 30 days. So if you're looking at what can a person do as far as income return, you're in that range. But now let's look at the next position, which is the sales coordinator position. This is the top commission position. Always your first goal with anyone is how quickly can we get to sales coordinator? Because now you're going to get the full commission return plus the retail sales profit. So the full commission return is 15%. This 15% now brings the sales coordinator, when they market the tri-pack, $75. So you want to, we all do the same thing, as I said, the stories. And so you want to really look at getting there quickly. So your first step, hopefully in that first month, that first 30 days from the time of your first order, is to go from partner to qualifying SC or QSC, pick up basically $500 in bonus that month, and you know, you're going to be $700 easily for income in that first month. And then continue to repeat that, repeat that, repeat that. To become a sales coordinator, this is another place you're going to get really excited because there's been a little change here. Instead of the 40 orders and $12,000 requirement, it will be a $10,000 accumulated amount. So they've reduced that by 2,000. So that's not going to be 40 orders. We'll have to figure that out. It'll be less. But that 10,000 will be a sales coordinator position. Now here, there's another really exciting thing you want to write down. The matching bonus, if done in a 6-month period, would be $600 for both the sponsor and the new sales coordinator. If it's done in a 3-month or 90-day period, the bonus will be $700 matching bonus. So it would make sense to really put, you know, some really concerted, consistent, serious effort in this first go from partner to sales coordinator. And the way you would want to do that is within your first 30 days, become that qualifying sales coordinator or QSC. Once you've done that, you know how to teach it to somebody else because, as I said, I think this is really just a teaching profession. You know what you did, and you can help someone repeat it. So you want to turn into a QSC. You want to have a QSC factory. You're just, you know, as wide as possible, and then help those people immediately do the same thing, And that's going to bring everyone, yourself included, to sales coordinator. And then sales coordinator, of course, will put you in position to go up to the higher levels. And this gets very exciting as it goes on as well. So I'm going to go through a few more of these pages. Just things that are staying exactly the same, of course. but to position is to tell you more. So of course the commissions we just mentioned, the commissions are the 5, 10, and 15. And we do know there's additional income there as well, because once you reach sales coordinator position, you're going to make the difference between your position, well really once you reach any position, you're going to make the difference between that position and the people that you're helping to grow up. So if you have a qualifying sales, if you are a qualifying sales coordinator, you have a partner, you will make that 5% difference. I usually use the sales coordinator as the example because we want to see people go there quickly. But let's say you're a sales coordinator, you have a new partner you're working with, he makes the $30 on this. The company always pays out the full amount of the box. They don't keep that difference. Many companies do. So you would make 45 there. And then of course, as you help that person grow up, you're going to make the difference between their position and yours. Now, a lot of people say, well, we're going to be in the same position. Why would I want them to grow up? Because they give you that promote up or promote out bonus of bringing that sales coordinator up beneath you. And this becomes very powerful as far as future income because it's in addition to everything else that follows. So you want to always keep that pool of new partner plus, and qualifying sales coordinators full, because you're always going fishing for the person who's going to grow to sales coordinator. I always call this my new family. My partners, my partner plus, and my QSCs. It's always that new family pool. You want that really full so that you can really be, growing up sales coordinators. Of course, we know that eventually your serious large income will be performance bonus at 3%. So you're going to have 2 3% bonuses. The one we just mentioned earlier, which is the promote out bonus of 3% on all of your sales coordinators and all of their new family, always. So that is much more than the differences. So that grows. And then you have performance bonus, which is 3% on your team. Now, my team I always draw out with a really wide team. And here I've got 10 drawn out people that you personally invite to be part of your team. And you have a 3% return forever. And then if you're really wide, they're going to duplicate that. There wouldn't be enough room for me to draw everybody duplicating 10, but so you get the idea. And you're going to receive 3% 4 generations deep. Now, of course, the promote out bonus falls in here as well. People who grow to sales coordinator, you eventually want everyone on your front line, if possible, to be sales coordinators, because now these become 6% to you. And that 6% can be serious if the business is really, really wide and continually growing. And this is something you continually add. It doesn't always happen immediately, but it should be consistent. So now I'm going to go up into these higher positions, and we're going to talk about a few other things that were changed that are very exciting. If you look at the plan as it was first introduced, to go to the national marketing director position, you needed 5 SSCs. That now has changed, and you want to make a note that to go to national marketing director, you need 5 sales coordinators. The sales coordinator position is now $10,000 to reach that. So this is huge, because 2 or 3 things happening here that really fall in line to really support a person's business and exciting and encouraging is that, first of all, there will be more bonus money if you can move quickly. If you can move quickly, then the energy of the team becomes greater. It becomes exciting. It becomes more fun. And at that point, you turn out, as I said, we're turning out as many QSCs as possible, because then that grows people to sales coordinator. In the sales coordinator position now, with the bonuses and the way that the bonuses are structured, if you go from partner to sales coordinator in the 3-month period, the 90 days, you have accumulated right at $5,000 in income. So that's significant over a 3-month period. Now, a sales coordinator needing 5 of those to go to national marketing director. If you get really consistent, and as you do more, your skills will sharpen. I have found this always. The more you do it, the better you get. You know, it's like anything. You learn to drive, the more you drive, it becomes second nature to you. Riding a bicycle, all those types of things. It's the same thing. You know, consistently tell the story, build for events, you know, create options for people, create that exposure of the story in all various events, one-on-one, you know, 2 people talking to someone together, small groups, all the things that we have in place in the infrastructure to support you sharing the story with others and giving people the option and inviting them. So if you are very good at, you know, really continuing that consistency and creating sales coordinators, sales coordinators, sales coordinators directly to yourself and teaching others to do that, then we're growing to national marketing director. There's no question about it. Now, as you look at qualifying amounts, once you reach a QSC position, you would want to immediately, if possible, and I would say it's possible, easily possible. We see it happen all the time, but it should be a focus. That would probably be a better word, is you want to focus on, you go to qualifying sales coordinator and you immediately qualify your business. Now, qualify your business means that you have $1,800 in production between you, your customers, your partner pluses, and your partners. So that's why you want that pool right away to be as full as possible. As you grow up, immediately that first month, let's put our arms around a lot of team members and let's all together, you know, get started. And then once you're QSC, and hopefully by the end of that first month, that next month, you and that new team you've brought together have produced $1,800 in production. That gives you a qualifying amount. Now, qualifying means that as your team grows, you qualify for all the monies in the 3%. So you see 3% under qualifying sales coordinator, that's where it starts. Now, the other thing is if we're talking about the Comma Club getting to $1,000 in solid income, you're halfway there if you're qualified, because that's going to bring you about $500 in income. So what would be a good strategy here? Quickly, you know, in that first, and this is what you want to help someone do, in that first 10 days, they become a partner plus. By the end of the 30 days, they have gone through, you know, 14 orders between they and their new team members together. They become a qualifying SC. And then they just continue to repeat that. When you get to sales coordinator, between sales coordinator and QSC, you wind up with a solid $1,000 a month in income, aside from your title bonuses as you grow up into that position. So there, and in the QSSC position, you'll see that the $1,000 that we're looking for the Comma Club, aside from the title bonuses, will become stable, especially as you grow into the QSSC position. So it would make sense to grow to sales coordinator. It's a $10,000 requirement now instead of 12. Continually create those, and that function, just doing that, will bring you to that $1,000 a month in income, but it will also ensure that you're going to go up through the pay plan and reach national marketing director and do that with other people. That $1,800 is the qualifying amount, and that will stay the same. There will be no change in that as time goes on. That's a permanent amount. They were thinking about that being more in January. That's not going to happen. It will stay exactly the same. Now, normally that would be 24 tri-pack orders to go to QSC. It's still what it is, 24, and that's you, your team, their customers, accumulating that in 1 month's time. So it wouldn't take that 14 orders, I'm sorry, it would take you there in 1 month's time, but the qualifying amount would be $1,800, and that'll stay the same. As you look at this, I'm very excited about the changes because I can see us moving very, very quickly and efficiently and supporting everybody's business. So there are relaxed rules throughout all the positions, and we don't have time to go through all those tonight for the leadership. Matter of fact, I'm a few minutes over, but I'm going to tell you where to find that. Okay, so you want to go to your virtual office and you click on what's new. Okay, what's new, and click on compensation plan phase 1 and compensation plan phase 2. If you do that, you will, in phase 1, they will give you all the details that I've shared with you on these first 4 positions. And then as you go to compensation plan phase 2, they will give you all the details on the relaxed requirements to grow into QSSC, SSC, QNMD, and National Marketing Director. And then, of course, there will be those for the higher positions as well. But this is very, very exciting because not only does it help us move in a very expedient and efficient fashion with consistency to help people grow to sales coordinator, but it positions you to really access all the higher levels, to acquire the bonuses that go along with those, which are very significant, and to really enjoy your business as you go as well. So I think we're a few minutes over, but and if anyone has any questions at this point, again, it's going to be drawn out on your virtual office, but the strategy is sales coordinator first goal, first step QSC, become a QSC factory, really encouraging those people to join you in the mission. Go to QSC, that will automatically make everything happen to become sales coordinator and continue to grow sales coordinators and really walk up through the pay plan. So anybody have any questions for me? I'm happy to answer or do the best I can here. I know we're a little past time, but if you want to stay on and ask any questions, you're welcome to. Okay, is there anybody like excited about this? Or do I see any smiles anywhere? Anybody?
I'm going to take it off the share so we can see everybody.
Okay, that's good.
There we go. There they are.
Okay. Anybody, any questions? Because this it'll get more comfortable and more exciting as you go. But I think it's, it's really what I love about our company is that they're continually working to find the balance that's just right, and they're very generous. And Jay Martin's philosophy has always been if his partners or team members in the field do well, his company will always flourish. And that's always going to be the case. And you can be assured that if there's ever anything that needs to be adjusted to make your business better and easier and faster and more successful, they're going to do that. And they do it by monitoring and watching everybody very carefully to make sure that they are growing and growing well. So anybody, any questions?
Cheryl, I have a question.
Okay.
Would you just touch on when you have a new partner who kind of hesitates and their time clock starts ticking down and we restart, what the rule is on that?
They're looking at that as well. Right now, a restart starts at the first of the following month that they decide to restart. That may be adjusted a little bit too, but that's what it is right now. But I would really encourage you as you sit with people and talk to them about starting their businesses, is that, again, it starts with the first order as far as the 10 days, the 30 days, or the 90 days. That, it takes some energy, effort, excitement, you might say, but consistent effort that's condensed right there in the beginning. And I really try to make sure that my new team member knows if we put that extra energy in right at the beginning, it doesn't mean that you have to, do it at that pace or work at that pace from then on. But it sets the story. if you can help somebody understand that they're going to get the greatest reward by setting the story, because your story follows you the rest of your career. My first month, 2 months, 3 months, is if somebody asked me today, 32 years later, how did you start? There was only one start. I mean, that was a start. And so, you know, a person can restart and use that story, but if they can really put that energy in that first 90 days, they'll set the pace for everyone that follows. And their story will be one that will not only have, you know, an infusion of income right there, right away, but it'll be one that they'll enjoy telling for the next 30 or 40 years. Okay, it'll serve them well. Okay, so if you can explain that then after that you get the rhythm, you know, that your business feels comfortable at. It may not be at that fast pace that you put in right in the first 90 days. You set the rhythm, but you set the rhythm with a story that's really becomes very powerful. Does that make sense, Shire?
Yes, thanks, Cheryl.
Okay, so help that person right in the beginning to get that vision, okay? Because, and you know, if a person starts, and I believe this is a wise thing to do, is that if you sign the application and you do that because you want to get your product at a discount, then that's where you are. But then when you decide to start, they would call it a restart if that were the case. But that's when you make sure that you put that 90-day effort in that's going to bring you to the sales coordinator position. That makes all the world a difference as time goes on. And so, and if a person didn't do that right in the beginning, we'll do a restart and use that story. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? I know we're out of time for sure, and it's late on the West Coast, but I'm happy to. Yes.
So Cheryl, if they restart, are they eligible for all the bonuses? The same
They're
as
eligible for the bonuses.